Try some beer and wine and other spirits too. Plastered cast is coming to you.
Oh, hey! Welcome to Plastered Cast. This is the podcast where we drink a few drinks, interview some interesting people, and hopefully that equals fun. With me, as always, is James Webb.
Hello.
Hey,
me.
how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm very tired. How are you?
Oh, what were you been doing?
Working.
Oh, no, that would make anybody tired.
Yeah.
Right?
It would.
That's how most people become tired.
Right?
Uh-huh.
How are you?
I'm good. I just finished. I don't know if you've seen the Squid Games.
God damn it! Everyone in here today. So the reason I'm tired is because I've been recording podcasts for the last like 4 hours, and every single one of them talking about Squid Games today.
I can talk about something else.
I am on
because this is a Squid Games episode.
I can't wait to talk about it. We just finished episode 5 last night.
Oh yeah.
So the cop found the thing.
Spoilers.
Oh no! Yeah, spoilers.
The thing. It's general. The cop found the thing in the
There's
place.
a cop and there's a thing. Wait a
Yeah,
minute!
oh my
man.
God.
Turn this off.
But it is very, very good.
Yes,
and
it's
I
amazing.
cannot wait to finish it so I can finally fucking talk about it with people.
Yeah, but you got so much work to do. So
Shut up. God damn it. You're right. But anyway.
we got a show today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got this show. Not the Squid Game.
This one right here?
This one.
Okay.
This is called Plastered Cast.
Right.
This is the show where I interview some interesting people. We drink a few drinks, and hopefully that was fun. I don't know if you knew about that.
I've heard such things.
Yeah. And so we got another special episode.
Okay.
Another special episode like we had last week. This is going to be informative, not just my nonsense. So this is another volume of Plastered Cast Masterclass.
Yeah, I'll find a drop. I'll find a drop.
But anyway, we got a guest today. We're going to be talking about some things. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Jay Frankel.
Hello.
Hey, Jay.
I'm Jay Frankel.
You're Jay Frankel.
Now, you mentioned that we were interviewing some interesting people. When are they showing up?
Oh, fuck. I thought you were supposed to bring them. I don't have any friends. I can bring my parents.
No, that's okay.
Good. Anyway.
So now I know that there's a cop in Squid Game. I just finished episode 1.
Oh.
So thank you for the...
Well, there are police in Korea. I don't know if you knew that.
News to me.
They're called Carice.
We're talking
Oh
about
my God.
all my research was from France, Italy, and Spain. So I don't know about.
No, you did research. You did
Korea.
research before you watched Squid Games?
Oh, not about.
You
Squid
did
Game.
research in the wrong place if that's what you did research for.
You know what? I was disappointed by the lack of seafood. I am something of a seafood enthusiast.
Oh, and you heard Squid Games.
And I heard Squid Games.
And you were expecting cephalopods.
And yes.
Yes. I can see where I can see where that might be a problem.
So yeah.
All right. Well, let's start with our first segment. First segment of every episode. It's called Wiley's Fridge. This is where I pull some of the random beers and stuff I got in my fridge, and you help me drink them. So I got one. I had this on a previous episode, but I know you like it.
All right.
I said I was going to try to get a bunch of cases of these, and I managed to do it. So we got the Rebel Berry Crisp Latte.
All right. Cool. I'm glad I brought a lactate pill. Fucking giving a lactose intolerant person a can with a bunch of cream in it.
But you told me, it's like, oh, this is so great. I didn't know you needed
I do.
special pills.
I do like it. All right, so now your viewers are going to watch me use alcohol to take a pill. So, some quality content right here.
Don't chew into the microphone. Is that a chewable?
No, it is a swallowable.
Oh, those are the best kind.
My favorite kind.
You don't want one of the.
Do you shake this first
the
or
rectal?
not?
I do.
I think you're supposed to.
Yeah, it's coffee.
Okay.
You shake coffee because stuff settles, right?
Imagine
Are you a coffee drinker?
the person in like the diner or something, in the 50s diner, and they're shaking the pot of coffee, and it's like going all over my.
What is coffee? Shake well. You never had Starbucks?
Oh
You
man,
good? Yeah, and
it's fucking yummy.
yeah, it's so good.
It shouldn't be yummy.
Too bad it's seasonal.
Yeah, I have too much of this. I broke down and bought another one of these, like we were talking way back. And then the rep came by and bought us all 4 packs.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing is, the rep bought them all. He saw that like I had my name on there as a staff pick, and he just gave them all to me.
Okay.
He's like, "Who's Mike? Oh, you're Mike. All right, here you go." It's like, all right.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah. It. I mean, it tastes. You've already talked about this, so this is recycled content. But it tastes like if you were to pour chocolate milk over a bowl of Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, and that's what I described. Especially like the smell is very cereal milk.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, it's good.
All right. So we got an episode today, right? Do we have an episode today? 'Cause I didn't plan anything.
I think we have an episode today.
What's our episode today? Because
the
you're
episode-
handling this. Because this is Plastered Cast Masterclass. Anyway. So
Okay,
what are we doing?
Yeah, today
What do
we're
we got
talking about the world's, one of the world's most misunderstood and underappreciated beverages, which is...
I neither understand nor appreciate whatever this is.
Okay, cool. Then you are one of many.
Yes, all right. I am the perfect demographic for this episode.
Today
I'm going to leave and watch.
Talking about vermouth.
Okay, vermouth.
And now vermouth is, if you ask somebody... First of all, you ask anybody walking down the street.
That probably wouldn't be a good idea. You probably won't get an accurate representation of what it is.
You ask anybody who's sitting at a bar that you have been talking to already.
Okay.
And they
That would
haven't
be a random thing to bring up.
haven't been. Okay. Anyway, for the sake of,
So, do you drink vermouth?
say you are hosting a online poll.
Okay.
With a bunch
Hosting
of
an online poll. All right.
whatever. Anyway,
Okay.
the average person says that they don't like vermouth. You know.
Do they?
Yes.
Okay. I've never asked the average person. I only know above average people, and they don't talk to me.
Working in.
Come on, James. Jay did a lot of research for this. You're screwing him up.
No. I did like just watching the normal YouTube videos that I would be watching anyway without the podcast. No, a lot of people think that vermouth is just kind of this really nasty, bitter, medicinal thing, and
I've never had it, so I don't know what it is.
really
at all.
never. Like you've never had like a martini, because so I worked in bars
Maybe
and
I've had a
restaurants,
martini, but
and people always say, I'll have a martini, hold the vermouth.
I've heard that.
And
That's a thing people say.
What they really want is just you to shake gin or vodka and pour it into. They just want a chilled shot. It's not a martini.
So that's not a martini.
Not a martini. Martini is traditionally equal parts vermouth and your spirit. Traditionalists only gin. Vodka is popular in America post 1950, but vermouth is a aromatized wine, not a spirit.
So it's a wine, right?
So it is
they
a
add some
wine.
aromas in there.
It's a wine. It's fortified with.
It's fortified, so it's got a lot of vitamins and minerals. So this is something I should drink before going to the gym.
You should drink it before going anywhere.
Okay. Good to know.
It's
Hear that, kids?
Yeah. So it's. I'm not going to get too into the nitty gritty, but most people assume that it is a spirit, but it's actually a wine that's been infused with herbs, spices, barks, and
Barks?
roots.
You're putting barks in there?
Different barks.
Okay. Like
There's a subcategory, not technically vermouth, called quina, which is infused with the cinchona bark, which is where you get quinine.
The cinchona bark. I love me a good cinchona
which
bark.
is what's in tonic water. Every
bottle
of Schweppes and Canada Dry has
China?
has cinchona bark.
Cinchona bark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not really now. Now Canada Dry and stuff are using flavored syrups.
Where's this cinchona? Where cinchona? It sounds.
Yeah.
Like where's that word derived from?
Not a linguist. I'm a drinker.
It just seems like an uncommon word.
I'm pretty
Maybe
sure
it seems like an Asian word, perhaps.
I think it comes actually out of the Caribbean.
Okay.
But I'm not
Now, how
sure.
did Canada get it? These are the questions I sent you.
These are the questions. These are not the question I have.
Okay.
The answer.
My questions. All right, go.
The question that I have for you is.
Oh, you got questions from? Fuck, I didn't prepare.
Do you have that first bottle?
I do.
So let's get into it.
Oh, wait, hang on. I zip this up to keep it cold because we want these chilled, right? Right?
We just want them.
Okay. So that's the one we're starting with,
No,
right?
that's the wrong one.
That's what the fuck.
So there are 3 main types of
Dry.
vermouth.
You wanted the dry,
Yes.
right? There we go.
All right. So does this
You
viewers
can-
see that?
I don't know.
This is dry
I don't
vermouth.
watch
I don't know
my
what
own
you guys can see.
podcast. I don't know what viewers see.
So Dolan.
Most viewers
is,
don't see it because they're watching other better things.
as they should be.
Mm-hmm.
This. I'm sorry. So vermouth is mainly. It was born in Italy. It's mainly produced in Italy. Dolan is a French company.
Okay.
And it's I'm gonna butcher this. So, if you speak French and you're watching this show, first of all,
Nobody who speaks French.
why? Yeah, I'm sorry. This is Vermouth de Chambray,
Oh yes.
and it's it's a protected origin, the way that like champagne and cognac
so yeah. So they
are.
can't
So it
use
can only
that.
be
Yeah, yeah,
produced.
yeah.
It can only be produced. In this region of France, and they're the last producer. American Prohibition had
So
a
once
huge
once
effect.
Mr. Dolan dies, there's going to be no more.
So this year is actually the 200th anniversary.
I'm sorry, or is it Mrs. Dolan?
Of,
or is it
of
Ms.
Dolan?
Dolan?
I think
I
it's
don't wanna...
the Dolan estate at this point, because sometime in the last 200 years, Mr. Dolan has passed away, unfortunately.
Oh, that's so sad.
Rest in peace, Mr. Dolan.
I feel bad now.
But
I don't think I'm in the mood to drink anymore.
All right, well, goodbye. Mike, where are our glasses?
yeah. Okay, so we're pouring one for you, one for me, and one for Jamesy there.
So there are 3 main types of vermouth, and classically 2. In Italy, you've got your rouge vermouth, so that's either red or white wine, traditionally Moscato, infused with herbs and spices.
11 herbs and spices.
In
It's finger. This vermouth is finger looking good. Finger looking good.
it's
What is? I'm sorry. Is it? What is,
sorry, no,
go
it's
ahead. I'm the worst student. Imagine being a teacher and I'm in your class. Oh.
Yeah, no, you'd be go to the principal's office. You know, hey, didn't you need to go to the bathroom or something? No, it's so basically they're sweet and they have bittering elements added to them. In order for something to be a vermouth, it has to have wormwood, which you might be familiar with from something like
Malort.
Jepson's Malort, or
that's it.
or anything else. Yeah, anything else.
Anything else?
Absinthe
Anything
comes
else
to
that's
mind.
gross.
Absinthe comes to mind with that. But anyway, it's a bitter root.
Okay.
And it's what gives everything its bitter characteristics.
Okay.
So dry vermouth is a little different. It doesn't have any sort of sweetening added to it.
So this is just going to be dry and bitter.
So this is going to be dry and bitter.
Okay.
And the dry vermouth is more of a French and French creation and popularized by American and British martini culture. So this isn't really, when you're looking in the vermouth aisle, you're looking at your high-end producers. This usually isn't what you're going to be looking to grab to drink on its own. This is more cocktail focused.
Okay.
But this will give us a good baseline of the bittering elements to expect in a vermouth.
Now, is this going to have a nose? Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah. So
It is very, medicine.
sort of, like a, so it's white, obviously white wine based. It's clear. From the reading,
I'm
that I
getting a
was
little
doing,
bit of Vicks Vapor Rub. Yeah?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know? You rub it on your chest when your mom never rubbed Vapor Rub on your chest when you were sick?
No.
Really?
No. We used real medicine.
We used wormwood.
I had a lady at work.
We buried a turnip under a full moon,
and
and that's how I got better.
I had this lady. I was helping her out with Irish whiskey selection, and she goes. I point at something that's just like your pretty standard Irish whiskey, Slane,
Okay.
which is like your same price point as Tully and JMO, but like a lot better. And she goes, "Is it smoky?" And I'm like, "What? No, it's like it's Irish whiskey."
Yeah.
Like, and that she points out Connemara, which is an outlier, and it is a peated, smoky
So she got you.
Irish whiskey.
She got ya.
She got me. So then she goes, I don't usually like it, but last year I had an ulcer, and the smoke in this did the trick. And I was just like, moving on. I'm not going to endorse your pseudoscience stuff. Anyway.
Let's give this a little
Let's
taste.
drink this.
All right.
Cheers. So
There is a sweetness to that, even though it's technically not a sweet, right?
this is actually sweeter than I remember it.
Yeah.
So it's got a little. It's almost, I don't know what the white wine that they're using, and my wine knowledge is not anywhere close to Max's. So I know a handful of wine varieties, but if I had to pick one common thing, I would say that this tastes almost like something like a Chablis or a Sauvignon Blanc or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Like a little bit fatty. It's got a little bit of sweetness to it. The acid isn't like so puckering like
you don't want to pucker that acid.
like if you pick up an absolute dog shit brand like Martini Rossi, that's gonna really taste like shit. And like you
That's the one everyone knows.
That's the one everyone knows. Yeah. And it sucks.
Okay.
So moving on.
That's probably why people don't like vermouth.
Probably why.
Because that's the one they have.
After Prohibition, a lot of these companies, both in Italy and France, went out of business. Because it was a lot of the finer things.
Yeah, because it was
were
Prohibition.
lost. Well, post-Prohibition, it's these things didn't rebound. But yeah, here we are.
Okay.
Dolan Dry.
Dolan Dry.
Let's move on to the tastier Dolan Rouge. Okay. So your red vermouth is what a lot of people would just be mixing into.
What are we mixing it into?
We're mixing it into this glass.
Ooh,
but some would mix it into. Oh, it can.
What? No, we're using new glasses.
All right.
We got to do this right.
You're gonna be fancy about it.
I can't have dry and rouge in the same glass.
You're a pretentious motherfucker.
Philistine?
All I'm trying to do is drink some vermouth.
All right, so this is gonna be a little different, right?
Little different, little sweeter. Still, we're in the French style, so it's a little lighter in body. It's a little more delicate than what we're gonna get into later in the episode. This has
smells exactly like the other one.
Caramel added to it. It's gonna taste a lot different.
Okay, they add caramel to it.
They add caramel, and the caramel not only adds sweetness, but it also, people don't think of caramel as having bitterness, but there is a bitter element in caramel, sort of in like a burnt. Like a burnt sugar kind of way.
Like a burnt caramel.
Yes.
Yes. Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I can drink this on its own possibly. Yeah.
Yeah. Internationally, red and white vermouth is very popular. You go into, any bar in Spain, Italy. They've got like vermouth on draft. It's very common to.
What?
Very, very
really?
common.
You can get a keg of vermouth?
There's whole there's whole bars that are dedicated. They're just, you go in there and you drink your vermouth.
Really?
In Argentina, vermouth is such a popular drink. Their happy hour, as we call it, they refer to it as Hora de Vermouth, or the vermouth hour. It is really hot in most drinking cultures outside of America.
Huh. Yeah.
And I would like to change that because this shit is delicious. And so if I can share an anecdote.
You can share an anecdote.
From my time bartending.
Okay. You were a bartender.
One of the.
That's how you got all this knowledge.
I had. Yeah, sure. Some of it. Some yes. Some no. I've been on a long journey. But the most annoying question, or so I thought, would be on a Friday night. We're slammed, balls to the wall. Everybody's running around.
Right.
And somebody would come in and say.
When you slam your balls on the wall, you're going to run around.
You're having a bad time when you're slamming your balls on the wall at the bar.
That is definitely not happy hour.
But somebody would inevitably come up to the bar and say, I want something strong and sweet and cheap. what do you got? And we would normally just be kind of like, eye roll, here's your vodka cran, get the fuck out. But then I found vermouth, and these bottles are
what are the percentage on these guys?
cheap. These are going to be, vermouth tends to be around 15 to 25% alcohol. This is 16, so it's on the lower end of the spectrum, but
it's higher than wine. So.
It's higher than wine because when they're making it, they're taking fully fermented wine, so you're already talking about 10 to probably 16%, and then they're adding traditionally brandy or eau de vie, which is unaged grape distillate. Nowadays,
some unaged grape distillate.
Most producers are using neutral grain alcohol for cost-saving purposes as well as the matter of consistency. But yeah, this stuff is really cheap. It's for a bottle, we're drinking half-size bottles, but they were probably like $6, $7.
Those guys?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think more like 11.
No.
Yeah, I bought them.
It's a nice dead air for you, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll add something to that.
They are cheap for what they are. They're cheap for how good they taste. It could be cheaper. There are cheaper brands.
Yeah, Martini and
are
Rossi.
selected for a balance between being cheap and a good quality taste,
quality, okay.
a good impression.
Uh-huh.
Let's move on to the Blanche.
Okay, let's go. So now what is it? We got dry, we got sweet. What the fuck is Blanche?
Blanche is a sweet vermouth without its caramel. So it's got
was it got peanut butter?
This one is made without peanut butter.
Fuck.
They are.
Does it have nougat?
No nougat either, but keep guessing. There's only a few more botanicals out there that could possibly be in a thing, and nougat and whatever the fuck you said.
I said peanut butter.
Peanut butter, that's right. Slowly, we're gonna build a Snickers in our glass. So a Blanche vermouth is
sounds French. Is it?
Well, yes.
Yeah. I'm just saying that's the most French sounding one.
Yeah.
So they really hit the mark on there for being French.
Yes. Good job. 1 point.
Good job, Dolan.
1 point to France.
They need the points.
So it's a little bit more delicate. It's got like sort of a citrusy kind of a thing going on.
Yeah.
It's sweet. So with the dry vermouth, they're not adding sugar or any sort of sweetener.
So this one's
to
got
it.
sugar in it.
So this one has sweetening, but it doesn't have the sort of like burnt caramel notes.
So this should be
Rouge.
just straight sweet.
This is going to be sweet. It's going to be herbaceous, a very common French, just like
Herbalicious.
lazy ass kind of cocktail is basically a Blanc vermouth or Blanche vermouth over ice in a tall glass with a couple sliced up pieces of strawberry. All the Frenchmen who listen to this podcast can write in or call in or whatever the fuck.
As they
you
eat
guys
their
do.
strawberries.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Oh, you just chugged that.
That is also good.
It's very chuggable. It's got
Yeah.
sort of like a white tea kind of a profile going on there.
I'm not getting tea. I don't know. Tea is not this sweet.
No, but the taste, like it's a very delicate kind of a flowery kind of a feel to it. Now, when you think of vermouth and wormwood, you're thinking of more aggressive bitterness. You know.
Yeah. No, this I would never guess that this was wormwood.
Yeah. But so vermouth is more of a cocktail than how most Americans see it as just an ingredient. You know, a lot of people are using, give me a martini, hold the vermouth, or
Give my vermouth to that guy.
Right. Yeah. Give him my
enemy.
vermouth.
I hate that guy.
Shake my gin and whisper the word vermouth as you're pouring it into the glass. No, it's cool and people should be drinking it.
Where did that hold the vermouth come from? It seems like that would be like a 007 type thing
I
to
think
say.
a lot of it did come from 007.
And I'm sure, and I'm sure that, I mean, that was just, they probably just did that as like a funny saying or a joke, and then people kind of took it seriously and ran with it.
Maybe also in the 50s, as
What do you know about the 50s?
well, not as much as you do, old man.
It's true.
No, and I'm going outside of my area of expertise here, but from what I've heard
I started this podcast. This is nowhere near my area of expertise.
Okay.
I neither know podcasts nor booze.
All right. All right. Cool. We'll cleanse our palates with this coffee.
I've been drinking this throughout.
Delicate French liqueurs. And then,
Okay.
yummy.
Now, what were you saying?
Don't remember. Let's grab the next bottle.
All right. Well, hang on. This is a good place to stop. I want to know a little bit about Jay Frankel.
Okay.
So what is your story? Like you said, you worked in a bar, but that's not where you got all your knowledge. So what's the story? Like where did you learn most of what you know?
Sure. So when I first came of drinking age,
Wink, wink.
wink, wink. Although I honestly didn't drink very much beforehand. I think when I was about 19 or 20, a friend gave me like a handle of Jack Daniels that I hid in my closet and would just kind of every now and then just be like, take a swig and just be like, Mr. Big Man over here drinking the Jack Daniels or something.
Were you Rob Schneider on SNL? Mr.
Sure.
Jack Daniels.
No, but I didn't know anything a lot. Like
So I didn't drink until I was 21.
Yeah.
The first thing I drank was it was Three Stooges beer. And it was a limited edition. It was
sure
a
it
beer.
was.
It was Three Stooges, and I got it as a birthday present because I like the Three Stooges,
Okay.
and that was my first beer. Anyway,
All right.
back
cool.
to you.
Yeah.
That's my story.
But what actually got me into becoming like an alcohol geek was, so I first thought I would be
A geekaholic.
more interested in wine.
Really? But
yeah.
you know nothing about wine.
Well, I know nothing about wine compared to last week's guest.
Well, he even
Max.
told me like, I don't really know anything.
Well, so one of my favorite psychological things. I don't know. I'm not is the
I'm not a wordsmith.
is not a wordsmith. Is the Dunning-Kruger effect. And I
The
think about this a
Dunning-Kruger.
lot,
I like the Freddy Krueger effect.
where the more incompetent you are at something, the more confident you are in what you know.
Okay.
And the better you are at something, you know how much you don't know.
Yeah, we had a president like that.
So yes, we did. His name
His name was
was
Barack Obama.
Oof. glad you said it for me, buddy. Yeah. So anyway, I started reading.
Oh, we got charts. Look at that. Peak of Mount Stupid.
This is also one of
There
my
we go.
favorite things, Dunning-Kruger.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. It's hilarious, and you see it in.
Oh wait, so is
See
this
it
a
everywhere.
You
Is
see
this
it
a real
everywhere.
thing?
Yes. Yeah, you see it everywhere. It's in every
I've never seen it.
workplace. It's in.
It's not at my workplace.
Well, I got bad news for you, buddy. If you don't see it. But yeah. Anyway, I realized very quickly how much I didn't know. You know, a lot of people just assume things when it comes to liquor, but I really wanted to get a better grip on what this stuff was and what it does, why it makes you feel the way that
Drunk?
it makes you feel drunk, as some may call
Okay.
it.
Why is that?
I'm not a biochemist.
You just
Let's
said
stay on-
that's what you wanted to figure
let's stay
out,
on track.
and you haven't figured it out yet.
Well-
Go back to school.
Sorry, how long did you say this podcast was supposed to be?
We got time. I think. Okay.
I think we're doing okay.
No, we're doing fine. Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, so long story short, somebody gave me a book about beer, but not your typical like 100 beers to try before you die. You know,
Okay.
your
Yeah.
top 100 list.
Like if I'm dying,
was-
it's like that's when I'm gonna start chugging.
That's
those
when you
beers.
got to start chugging.
Fuck, I'm behind.
What am I drinking this Rebel Hard Coffee Berry Latte for?
Nurse, I
to-
need beer.
Yeah.
The heart monitor's going.
No, I was given this book about local beer culture, and it
Okay.
had bios of like the people behind local brands. And before I actually got into beer, flavor-wise, I was already into it because of how cool I saw the people who were like making it. Back
are they cool?
when beer culture was cool. Before everything had to have lactose sugar and stuff put into it, and everybody was owned by Anheuser-Busch. But there was a cool community of basically like artists, and I got really into their stories. And from there, I dove very deep into the history of beer and how it's made. I started an Instagram where I would just review things all the time. And then
I see you still do review things.
I still do like review type stuff, but lower key. I was doing like hardcore, like
Hardcore
the full
pornography.
hardcore pornography of booze.
2 thumbs up.
But from my Instagram, I got noticed by somebody who worked in a local beer bar, and that's how I got sort of pulled out of retail where I was working at the time. And I said, well, I'll never go back to retail. So I bartended for a couple years until the pandemic shut our bar down.
Then you went back to
And
retail.
then I went back to retail. Yeah. A friend of mine who worked at my current place of employment and was also a regular at said bar said, hey, come on over. And here I am, and my area of expertise has only grown. Now I've started in spirits.
So you didn't know spirits before.
I knew some spirits.
Right.
I
mean, you were a bartender.
Well, but before that, I stuck my feelers out into pretty much everything.
Gross. I'm not drinking at your bar.
But yeah, I consider myself. It's not that I consider myself like smarter or.
I don't consider you smarter.
Good, thank you. I'm curious about these kinds of things. So
curious.
It's the curiosity when I see it in other people, to experiment and try different things. The maybe the reason that vermouth fell out of popularity was because in the 50s people were just, you have vodka is becoming a big thing, this flavorless, odorless. It's it's seen as coming from.
Wait, so vodka became popular in the 50s?
Yeah, vodka was popular.
Well, vodka is a Russian thing. You think we had nothing to do with that?
You would think, but
right?
it became very popular and it was very hip, and so things with strong, challenging flavors sort of fell off. And so you have something like vermouth, where before it was just in like gin martinis. And now people aren't really drinking gin anymore, and vermouth doesn't really work as well with vermouth. Just because taking a palate like this, where you've got it's sweet, it's a wine, but it's sugary, and then there's a bittering element, and when you add grain alcohol or potato vodka into that, it makes those bittering components a lot bolder, and so it kind of just fell out of fashion and then was forgotten in the last 70 years.
Who remembered? Was it Dolan? Was it Mr. Dolan?
Fuck, what's it called? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
All right. Oh, you're drinking a little more?
I'm drinking a little more.
All right, here, pour me a little bit, though. And then we'll get to the good stuff. So the other stuff is the good stuff, right?
So it's Italian or Torino style. Actually, no, I don't think it is. Actually, I'm not sure. There is a very popular Turin style vermouth, popularized by Carpano, which is
popularized by the movie Gran Torino.
A great movie.
What was it popularized by?
Well, there's popularized and invented by.
And invented by. So you invent it. You want to popularize it, right?
It's good business sense to do that. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
But
See, this is education.
there's a couple brands that are making like a Turin style vermouth, which has a heavy amount of vanilla added to it.
Okay, I like vanilla.
Carpano Antico is probably the most famous.
Okay.
It's on every top shelf.
That's why I can never get to it. It's
People,
like, I ain't getting no ladder for no fucking vermouth.
people like it a lot, but it's a little overpriced for what it is, and it's a little bit geared towards. I mean, there's a reason people like it a lot. Is it's geared toward a
People
simpler.
who like vermouth.
It has sort of a simpler, more mass market appeal, where it's a little. It's sweeter. It's not challenging. It doesn't have very complex flavors. I think it's a little boring.
Okay.
And you could buy 2 bottles of any of these for the price.
What would you
of
consider something that was challenging?
challenging? So, I find sweetness, if it's not balanced by bitterness or acidity, to be
challenging.
a little bit boring.
Okay.
The opposite of challenging.
Right.
It's easy to get into.
You
You're
want
like
complexity.
I like
right?
complexity. I
Yeah.
like
That's
like
the
something,
challenge, right?
A challenge for your brain, for your palate to say, what is this that I'm tasting? If I'm drinking something and it just tastes like, Fruity Pebbles and chocolate milk, I'll say this is good. But if my first
this Rebel is not complex.
this is not complex.
Sorry, Rebel.
I'm sorry, Rebel. If you thought that
we would still love you
your
to sponsor,
product-
though.
if you thought your product was complex, you may want to talk to your ad team or whoever does that, your market research people. It is good. I like it.
Okay, no,
but
don't worry about the Rebel.
you don't necessarily want your last sip to taste exactly like your first. Where something
don't?
like a vermouth or different spirits, as they sit in the glass, they open up. When you're drinking like brandy, if you're holding your snifter, it's going to warm up a little bit. It's going to release.
How do you drink if you're holding your snifter? This is the podcast, Jay.
Yeah, I understand.
I can't get anything into my mouth. I got a hand on my snifter.
All right,
Okay, are we ready for some more bottles there?
let's do it. Let's get some more bottles.
So what am I grabbing now?
We're gonna grab the we're gonna go blanche to blanche. So we're gonna try the Poli Granbasano Bianco.
This is the Poli Granbasano Bianco.
So this is in your Italian style now, and this is a little bit sweeter.
Okay, is that what's different from the French? Italian is sweeter.
French is a little bit drier and more delicate.
Do you need help opening that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You
What do I need? Nails? I don't need no utensils, do I?
shouldn't.
All right. I don't know.
You may need a knife.
Oh, I got one of those.
I have a knife.
No, we got one. Keep talking.
So I'm sorry, Mike. So on the Dunning-Kruger chart that I don't know if people are going to be able to see that.
No, they can see it.
They can.
If they're watching this on YouTube,
I'm
which
looking-
apparently not everybody knows we're on YouTube. We are on YouTube. If you want to
I'm
see my
looking-
beautiful fucking face,
I'm
watch us
looking
on
over
YouTube.
your head at
like,
all
subscribe.
the words, and while you're using your knife to open that bottle, I'm seeing the word confidence, I'm seeing the word competence, and the phrase "Valley of Despair," and I'm just kind of having a moment.
What's that moment?
But is this open?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I was like, this is the moment.
I gave up. Okay, that's got a nice little
This
pour.
has a nice.
What is it? What is that little thing on the end there?
It's like
what
a
do you call
little
that?
flow control.
Flow control. It rhymes. Oh, these Italians think of everything. Even
the sneaky Italian.
Even Italians, they can rhyme in English. You know the quality is there. I can smell that from here.
Yeah. So this is way more
Oh,
aromatic.
yeah.
This is like honey.
Now if you're trying to get the aromas, I know.
Yeah.
Wine you want to swirl. Do you want to swirl vermouth?
You want to swirl really everything.
Really? I was told never to swirl like whiskey or stuff like that because it can make it angry.
Make it angry.
Yeah.
Only if you spill.
That makes me angry.
Yeah. No. So the way that aroma works in general is that
Tell me how aroma works.
volatile compounds are Plastered cast, everybody. Thanks for listening. Volatile compounds exist in the liquid, and if you remember back to
You know what's a volatile compound? My ex-wife. Hey.
hey.
All right.
If you think back to elementary school science class,
Okay.
that was before you dropped out, right?
Yeah. Yeah. First grade. I learned my ABCs, and I'm like, I'm done.
I'm getting bouncing. Bye, fools.
And now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me?
So at higher temperatures,
Okay.
liquid turns to gas. So when
Yes.
let's
turn this shit into gas and get fucked up.
as you
Sorry, I
hold
didn't
your
mean to say
glass,
that.
it's okay.
Okay, I should hold my glass.
As you hold your glass, you're warming the liquid.
No, I don't want to
and-
warm the liquid. Do I want to warm the liquid? I have this in a cooler. If I had to warm the liquid, I'm not going to warm my own liquid. I'll get that liquid warm on it before I pick it up. Get ready to drink. So should I warm the liquid?
No, we'll skip that step. Don't warm the liquid.
No, I'm already warming. Wait, okay. Sorry. I'm drinking now. Oh, that's nice. I
It's,
like that.
It's sweet, but it's more bitter. It's got this like little punch up front, but then it leaves, and it's like
It's gone.
it's like thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Have another one, which
Yeah,
I am,
right.
because this has a little bit more going on than those Dolans.
Yeah.
This is
What's all that lettering on the bottle?
very cool marketing.
What does it say?
It just says Poly. All Poly is the name of the brand.
It's got some numbers on there too. What is that? Was that a year?
1898.
So that's a year.
So
then.
like couple years before you were born, right? Yeah, it's tasty, but basically to summarize.
Yeah, summarize.
Swirling
we're still talking about swirling.
is I'm gonna make it into a
big fucking deal.
one sentence deal.
Okay, sorry.
Is as you swirl, you basically cast off aromatic compounds that are in suspension in the liquid. So
Because I don't like my aromatic compounds to be in suspension in the liquid.
by
Cast you off.
by disturbing it, it's flying out of your glass and up your nose holes.
Ew, gross. That's why I hold my snifter.
And that's why you hold your snifter, and that's why you can't smell or taste anything.
Or it's because I have COVID. Yeah, that's good. It's the Granbasano.
Yeah.
And so that is Bianco.
This is it's a
So
Bianco.
that's the drier, right?
No,
That is the
not
sweeter.
necessarily. Well, so it's these things aren't as like strictly defined as it would be. It would be way easier if they adhered to strict style guidelines.
Yeah, we should do something about that.
As somebody who
I adhere to strict style guidelines. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Hey.
yeah, so it's pretty good, huh?
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. Let's
We're gonna move on.
let's move on.
All right.
Let's move on. Then we can cycle back.
We got
and-
the one. This is the last bottle we got, and we're gonna cycle back. All right.
Cool.
So,
You'll need to grab your
I'm
knife
gonna need to grab
once again.
Yeah, because you can't fucking do it.
Edward
All right. So
Scissorhands
what do
over
we
here.
what do we got here?
So this is the once again Poly is the brand, Granbasano. This is their Rosso. So this is going to once again have your caramelized sugar added to it.
Ah, okay. This is Italian caramel.
So I do remember while you're fucking around with that bottle.
I'm done fucking around with the bottle. Like my parents. Do you remember?
Never mind, no.
What were you looking for?
I thought it listed the specific herbs that are in here.
It might. You don't know that. vermouth based on Vespalona.
Yeah, so you've got
Is that what I got on there?
over 20 botanicals, holly thistle.
Ooh,
I know you love holly
I
thistle.
love holly thistle. I
Dated
dated
her
I
in,
dated a holly thistle.
Yarrow.
I dated a yarrow as well.
Yarrow. I'm seeing Yarrow tomorrow.
Hey.
And you've got vanilla, ginger, and licorice.
I dated those 3 bitches.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Licorice, I hardly know her-ish.
All right. Mock me.
Mock you at Mach 3.
Okay.
Mock me. Rhymes better.
All right. So this isn't even. This is dark.
This is dark.
This is almost looks like Jägermeister.
This is dark. So most Italian vermouth is Moscato based.
Okay.
But so laws have changed recently. I think within the last 100 years.
Yeah, we can smoke pot now.
And yeah, fuck yeah, blaze it. But in Italy, laws have changed.
Yeah.
Within the last 100 years to allow
hope
other
so. It's been 100
styles
years.
of wine
Okay.
to be used for vermouth. So this is actually Merlot based, so a red wine.
Oh, really?
So it's going to be very different from any of the other vermouths
Better be.
that we've sampled so far. Cheers.
We're cheersing on the nose. It's very delicate. Not getting
for
much.
the people who aren't watching
Who
on
aren't
YouTube,
watching.
if-
You don't
if-
have to talk to those people.
If
they can't hear
you're
you.
just listening to the podcast, we are cheersing with the glass, not on the nose. That would be weird.
It's called Eskimo kisses.
It is, yeah. And in the times that we live in,
Yeah.
we don't do that anymore.
It kind of smells like Jaeger too, to be honest. A little bit. I'm getting that licorice. You did say licorice, right?
Little bit, yeah, a little bit of licorice.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna see what this tastes like.
So a little more
Yeah.
bitterness up front. It kind of really like,
And you definitely get that. I get that Merlot at the end.
yeah,
Yeah.
You can tell that this is red wine,
Yeah,
whereas all the
exactly.
other ones have
Yeah.
been white wine with caramel. This, I don't even know if they are adding caramel. I think I said that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably not,
I'm not getting a caramel.
because you're getting a tannin
yeah.
sense, that like mouth drying sense that you get from red wines.
Yeah, I'm getting. It's like licorice. It's licorice Merlot.
Yeah.
That's what I got. Yeah, that's nice.
Lo and behold. Cool. Cool. And then we wash it all down with
I drank mine already.
our sponsor, Rebel Hard Coffee, the most complex chocolate milk Fruit Loops. On the market.
So now in Italy, are they drinking vermouth, just vermouthiness, or is it more of a mixer?
Definitely. So it's definitely more like drank on its own all around the world. You've got people, adding it, making spritzers out of it, like you would see, like Campari or Aperol has started to become popular in the U.S.
Yes.
But yeah, just a vermouth, pour it over ice in a tall glass. Add your either sparkling water or maybe sparkling wine.
Anything sparkling.
Anything sparkling.
Yeah.
Really. Coke.
Yeah. Glitter.
Yeah. Orange Fanta or whatever. No, but it's a very easy, complex drink that you can make in 2 seconds. It's, if you give this to your friend without even telling them that it's vermouth, they're gonna think that it's a fancy cocktail that you whipped up, or you watched
I got stupid friends.
some mixologist, don't we all? But yeah, when people think of vermouth, they think of Martini Rossi, some like stale old bottle. So one thing that I do want to touch on here for your
touch on it.
listeners and viewers is that vermouth being a wine product, and I think this is the most important thing to know about the category, is that it is a wine product. And so like a bottle of wine, where after you open it up, it starts to oxidize, whereas a bottle of wine will last maybe, 1 to maybe 3, maybe 4 days if you're really pushing it, and if you don't mind a little bit vinegary component.
Oh, really? Because I
Being-
keep wine in my fridge for fucking weeks.
I bet you do. With vermouth, it's fortified with added alcohol, and then the caramel and the sugar give it a little bit more. The thicker, more viscous liquid lasts longer. It protects it a little bit. But you still want to, after it's been opened, you always want to store it in the refrigerator, and it really shouldn't go beyond a month. 3 weeks is the good zone. So most people don't know that, and most bartenders don't know that. And so you go into a bar.
I see it. It's just on the fucking shelf.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
Right. It's not refrigerated.
Right.
It's not even.
No,
it's
no wonder
open.
nobody wants it, and it's all dusty.
Right. If you work in a sports bar, and somebody orders, 3 martinis a year, you're not throwing out a new bottle of vermouth every time they do that. You've got your bottle of Martini Rossi, probably a 1.5 liter bottle, the big as big as they get.
Yes.
And it's been sitting either on the bar top or in the cooler for, at least 6 months, probably 2 years you've had the same bottle because you think it's just another spirit. And yeah, it tastes like shit, and that's people's exposure to it.
So what happens?
So
what happens to it? Like, what is it? So it's going to be vinegary?
It's going to be vinegary, yeah.
Okay.
It falls apart. It gets very acidic. It's disgusting. It's vile. If you like kombucha, maybe you'll like it, but the rest of us, and not to hate on your kombucha loving fans or kombucha. Is it kombucha?
I thought it was kombucha, right?
Kombucha.
Yeah.
Okay. Your kombucha loving fans
you were gonna
who
liquor
also
store.
speak French. Yeah, no, it's if you haven't ever tasted vermouth out of a fresh bottle, out of
I
the
just
fridge,
did, and I enjoyed it.
and it's good. It's easy. It's fun. It's buy a bottle for $8. You're gonna get real fucked up if you drink the whole thing in one night, and
Start
while
with
you're-
a small bottle.
while you're
right?
listening to Plastered Cast. What
Right.
could be better? So yeah, that's my my pitch to the people. Buy a bottle of vermouth, open it, drink it.
Great. And you have anything else to add?
No, I think that's just about it.
Fuck yeah. This has been informative.
Yes.
Learned
a lot.
I learned a lot about vermouth, and yeah, no, I'd like to get you back at some point. Maybe we'll try to do some like simple cocktails or something that's capable of doing in this space.
Yeah. Can I take a really hot take?
Take the hottest take.
Okay,
The
so
bathroom's down the hall.
this is gonna this is not a popular opinion. Besides your simple highball cocktails, I think cocktails ruin spirits. I think good high quality spirits
Yes.
are
Stand on their own.
works of art on their
Yes.
own. They're nuanced, they're layered, they're complex. When you mix them all together, you're taking only their boldest, simplest parts, and you're turning it into something that is more often than not one-dimensional and less than the sum of its parts.
So you're a purist.
I am
you're
something
saying.
of a purist
Yeah.
when it comes to drinking spirits. Simple mixer, fine, add some sparkling water
Right.
to something, make a whiskey sour, something like that. Okay, but
when you're talking about a martini or a Manhattan, no, right?
it's just not for me.
Yeah.
I would rather enjoy like a really high end gin with a splash of tonic water or something, or vodka. Sure, if you're drinking like a really nice like a potato vodka or something where you're getting a lot of earthy tones, vodka legally is supposed to be neutral.
Yeah.
But in practice, it's not really. You're still getting through what it was distilled from in some element. And the really nice ones are really nice on their own. You don't have to completely destroy it with ginger beer or, I don't hate cocktails, but I think that you're losing something when you're mixing these things shouldn't be ingredients. They're
Right.
whoever
That's
produced
why
them.
I don't like pizza. I just eat handfuls of mozzarella cheese.
I know.
No.
Yeah, the break room is a mess.
Okay, I guess we won't have you back.
But
All
yeah,
right.
no, I would love to come back, but don't expect me to whip out my my bar cart.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you for doing the podcast. Do you have anything you want to plug?
Sure. Yeah, I will plug getting vaccinated.
Ooh.
Let's all go out, do your part, buy vermouth, and on the way back from the liquor store, stop in at your local Walgreens or CVS and get the jab, get vaccinated. Let's all go back to normal.
Yeah, you'll get drunker.
Let's yeah.
James, what do you got?
Stand Up is back, baby. First Fridays of the month at District 1540 North Milwaukee Avenue. When this comes out, Dale McPeak will be our headliner. He's running his half of what will be an hour special, so 30 minutes if you can do math, which we are recording at the Lincoln Lodge on November 18th. So if you want to come see Dale McPeak, one of the best comedians in the whole fucking world, run half of his full album, please come to Stand Up November 5th. Also, I'm running a special deal on that show. If you come to
What is the deal?
What? Oh my God. That's the deal. If you want to come to Stand Up and see Dale, I will give you free tickets to Dale's album recording. So come see Dale. Obviously, I would prefer you to just go to the album recording. But if you want to see him twice, buy tickets to the show. I will give you free tickets to see Dale record his album on the 18th at the Lincoln Lodge in November.
All right. And I am Mike Wiley. I am at Mike Miley on most social media. This is Plastered Cast. We are on anywhere you can find podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcast. We are on YouTube if you want to see my beautiful face. Also, every Thursday, we do Still Not Friday stand-up comedy show at Two Brothers Roundhouse, 8 p.m. free show. So come on out to that. And we got one more thing we do. James?
Be careful. It's very full. Very full.
I know you said you don't like cocktails, but as someone who said they did their research and they watched this show,
I didn't
you
drink
know
one
what this
ounce
part
of that either. So
yeah, I
that's
know.
all-
You got to work.
That's all fresh.
All right. So this is a cocktail, if you will, of all the vermouth we had.
All right.
But it's not a cocktail.
Bring it
It's
on.
all vermouth. It's complex. So we've got sweet vermouth, we got dry vermouth, we got Bianco vermouth, we got fucking sour vermouth, fucking any kind of vermouth. They should make sour vermouth, right?
Yeah. There's producers. Listau, a Spanish producer, makes.
They make sour vermouth.
They make vermouths that they're tangy. They're tart and tangy. Spanish sherry makers, really nice stuff.
All right, that smells like vermouth,
It
right?
does.
It does. All right,
Let's do it.
all right, let's do it. That's not bad.
No, it's not. It's delicious. I drink that all day, baby.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah,
fuck.
you can. Yeah.
All right, hey,
Go
if you
fucking
like
wild.
if you like vermouth, get a bunch of bottles, put them all
them
together.
It's sweet, it's strong, and it's cheap.
Yeah.
What's not to like?
That's what people want these days, right here in America, right?
Right here in America, and Italy, and Spain,
And
And France.
and France, and Argentina, and Chile, and
And this has been Plastered Cast.
there's
Thank
a
you
couple. There's a couple more. You may be able to think of.
Thank you very much, guys. And thank you for watching. Cheers.
Plastered